Praise your holy name, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Kukrakadash. Yes, 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 yes. We'd like to thank them elders at Great Millstone on down to the youngins that's preaching this word sincerely with no gimmicks. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, payback is a dog. Yeah, it's a dog. It's a doggy dog. Yeah, yeah. And a question, I don't know. What's more sneaky? Bed bugs, roaches, or these bitches? You tell me, bed bugs, roaches, or these bitches? Who more sneakier? Yeah, babe. Payback is a dog on you dog ass bitches. Y'all gonna get y'alls. We ain't worried about it. Jacob's trouble's coming. Yes, 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 yes. It's just around the corner. And it's gonna get your dog ass. Payback's a dog, you dog ass bitch. And we still at being a servant part 2. Being a servant, is a beautiful and lovely thing. But at the same time, it ain't easy. Ooh, it ain't easy, boy. Because being a servant, you gotta be humble. You gotta be meek, And people, they run over that ass when you that way, People, they come at you real wrong. But you gotta stay in the spirit, Stay in this truth, stay in this word, But they'll get theirs in the end. Job 22 and 29. When men are cast down, then thou shalt say, there is lifting up, and he shall save the humble person. So, until we cast down here. Yes, we are. And we got to suffer until the Most High lift us up. That's how it is, humility before honor, and we're going to catch that down here. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Psalms 119 and 25. I am a servant. Give me understanding that I may know thy testimonies. So we're servants, and we want the Most High to give us understanding so we can know, his testimony, preach his testimony, give out his testimony, Because it's all about Yahweh by Yahweh Shah. It ain't about the servant. The servant ain't greater than the master. Jeremiah 1 and 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nation. So before we even came out the womb, we was ordained to be prophets unto the nations, to give this word out, to give it with good measures, stew it to them, So before you was in your mama womb, before you was formed, you was ordained to do this before you became, before you shot out of your daddy's nut sacks. Yes, 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 yes. You was ordained to do this. How beautiful is that? Matthew 17 and 18. 12 and 18. Matthew's 12 and 18. Behold my servant, whom I have chosen, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall stew judgment to the Gentiles. So that he shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. But we just on that. Behold my servant, whom I have chose, my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall stew judgment to the Gentiles. Yes, we are. See, we servants, and the Most High is chosen us. My beloved, my soul is well pleased, with the work we doing down here. The Most High is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him. He gonna put his spirit upon us. And he shall stew judgment to the Gentiles. So we gonna judge the 12 tribes. Yes, we are. And this also, goes to the Most High, to Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai, he was a servant too, and the Most High, had chosen him, and he was well pleased with the actions that Yahweh Shai also done. Yes, he are. Yes, he was. So, we're servants just like the, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai went through similar things that we are going through. But, he's Yahweh Shai, so he had more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding than us. He was already girded for this. Matthew 20 and 28. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in this regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. So, that's what Yahweh Shai said. Verily, truly, I say unto you, that ye which have followed me. And aren't we following him? Yes, we are. In the regeneration, so when we've been reincarnated back down here in these last days, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. Yes, when the Son of Man, will come on down here. You also shall sit upon the 12 tribes, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Yes, we are. Ain't that a beautiful thing? So when Yahweh Shai sit on his throne of glory, after he done took down Esau punk ass, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? And came and did his business, did his father's work, and then we shall judge the 12 tribes of Israel. We should be down here doing what we do if we endure to the end as servants. Yeah, being servants, not being high-minded, not thinking you somebody, not thinking, oh, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that. No, be grateful for whatever you are, or whatever measure he give you, whatever he do for you. It's more than you deserve. Matthew 25 and 23. His Lord said unto them, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Yes. So since we was faithful over a few things down here, going to camp, stewing out, preaching this word, giving these videos out, being doing right in the sight of the Most High. You know, since we was a doer of a few things, since then, he gonna give us ruler of many things. So stay strong, servant, because that's who you are. Luke 6:38. Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measures, pressed down and shaken together and running over. Yeah. So give, and it shall give unto you. Give out this word. Go to the camps. Be a brother to your brothers, your brethren, to your neighbor. Good measures pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Yes. The blessings of the Most High gonna be running over in your life. Shall man give unto your blossom? For with the same measure that ye melt withal, it shall be measured to you again. Use in measuring anything, So, and that's when you giving your teas too, when you're giving that, your brothers, them teas at the camp, they're tithing, we don't ask for much, but, the more you give, give, and it shall be given unto you, good measures, pressed down and shaken together and running over. So give, and you don't have to give that little, just a $5, that's all they want, $5 tithing, but you can give way more than that. Give, and it shall be given unto you, good measures, pressed down and shaken together and running over, So don't you want that? I know I do. So give good, give good measures of this work, give it your all when you preaching this word, when you teaching these lessons. John 9:4. I must work the work of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. So we gotta work. We gotta do this work, of him that sent me, and who sent us. While it is day, so while we got time, you put in the work, The night cometh when no man can work. So it's gonna come a time when the famine of the word come, and ain't none of us gonna be able to preach this word or go out to the highways and hedges, because it's gonna be hell down here, But the Most High, we gonna be under that secret, the secret of the Most High, So we ain't gonna have to worry about it, But give it while in time, or while it is day, So do it while you got a chance to. The night coming when no man can work, so you ain't gonna be able to do the work. So you better do the work now, as much as you can, and good as you can, And don't be slacking, Don't be a sourpuss about doing this. Be joyful in doing this word, speaking this word, teaching this truth. John 15:15. Herefore I call you not servants, but the servant knoweth not what his Lord does, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. So he didn't explain and taught us everything that that was known to him, that the Father told him and gave to him the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. He didn't gave it to us, you know. And that's a blessing. That's a beautiful thing that Yahweh Shai said, I call you not servants. Although we are servants, he's such a beautiful and lovely, you know, God that he said, I call you not servants, for the servants know it not what the Lord does, but I have called you friend. You know, for all things that I have heard of my Father, so everything he heard of his Father, I have made known unto you. You know, ain't that a beautiful thing? But I have called you friend. So he ain't called us servants, even though we are servants. You know, yeah. For all the things I have, so everything that he done heard from the Most High, you know, he done gave it. He gave it to us. Here, take this. You gonna need this to survive. Acts 3:26. Unto you first, Yahweh have raised up his son, Yahweh Shai, sent him to bless you in turning away every one of you from your iniquities. So the Most High sent his son to turn us away from our iniquities, that evil bullshit that we was into, that Esau had us doing, we wasn't knowing it. He tricked us into doing it, and some of us did it willfully, But he sent him to bless us, to bless you, in turning away every one of you from his iniquity. Because some of us, we had shit that we've been doing for 20 and 30 years that was hard to get off us, and we had to pray and fast to get that iniquity off of us. Romans 1:1. Paul, a servant of Yahweh Shai, called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of Yahweh. So, we servants called to be apostles. So Paul, a servant unto Yahweh Shai. And that's who we are. We servants unto Yahweh Shai. Romans 12:1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the miracles of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies as living sacrifices. So we got to present our bodies as living sacrifices, giving these videos out, living out this word, going to the highways and hedges, holding up the signs, being a brother to your brother. Wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which in your reasonable service, which is your reasonable service. This is your service, and it's reasonable. It ain't too hard. It ain't too much to do. It's your reasonable service. Romans 12:3. For I say, thou the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. Because this word can pump you up. This word is strong and powerful. So don't think highly of yourself. Don't blow up. Don't get your head blown up. Don't get the big head and thinking you somebody, thinking you the shit nigga. But to think soberly, according to as Yahweh has dealt to every man a measure of his faith, So the Most High gives us, certain amount of faith. Some have great faith. Some have a little faith. Some have medium faith, But we all have faith. Galatians 6:9-10. As let us not be weary in well doing, for in due season we shall reap if we not, if we faint not. So let's reap, receive a reward of benefits. Reap the benefits of this investment. Aren't we investing our time in this? Yes we are. So we gonna reap a reward. We gonna reap an investment that we putting in this work. And we have therefore opportunities. Let us do good unto all men, especially unto them who are of the household of the faith. So, especially unto your brethren, do good. Don't treat your brother bad. Don't treat your brother like shit near. Philippians 1:27. Only let your conversation be as it becomes the gospel of Yahushua, that whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your good affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel. So even in the absence, when nobody ain't looking, when your brethren ain't around, when the elders ain't around, they still, the Most High still want to hear, I may hear of affairs that ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind, striving together. We strive together out there when you're on the highways and byways, preaching this good word, singing them, playing them flutes, trying to get them to come here. Yes, we are. To compel them. Yes, to compel them to come into the house. Yes. Philippians 2:3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in loneliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. So let's vainglory. Devote of real value, idle, unprofitable, worthless, void, invalid, feeble, conceited, empty, fruitless, element with elated with a high opinion of oneself, to no effect, vainless. So don't elevate yourself with a high opinion of oneself, like you really somebody, you regular, you know what I'm saying? Our conversations are in heaven, you know what I'm saying? You see how they run over us, you know what I'm saying? They talk shit, and we like sheep into the slaughter. So don't think high-minded of yourself. Don't think you the shit near. But in loneliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. So put the other better than yourself. Esteem him worthy of yourself, because we don't know who we are reincarnated down here. So the one that you think ain't nothing might be a mighty man. A mighty spirit. You don't know if you dealing with David himself. You don't know if you dealing with Paul. You don't know if you dealing with Peter. We reincarnated down here, so we don't know whose spirit is down here. So don't esteem one above the other. Philippians 2:7. But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of man. So Yahushua, he made himself of no reputation, even though he was famous, he made himself of not being, like I'm somebody. and took upon himself the form of a servant, so he came out to be a servant. And that's what we are, servants. And was made in the likeness of a man. 1 Timothy 4:12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. So, be an example, of the believers, in this word, in your conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, you can tell when a brother, is about the Most High's work, because he ain't about that bullshit. He's about the Most High's work, and he's good to his brethren. His faith is beautiful. James 1:12. Blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. Okay, it was a Clipper game. The Clippers and the Lakers played, and when LeBron came, almost to the end, to the sideline, and one of those players did like this and gave him a crown over his head, like, put a crown over LeBron's head. But that's a corruptible crown. We gonna receive a uncorruptible crown. You know what I'm saying? But what LeBron, that was an invisible crown what that man sent to him. But he thought he was the shit because the young man gave it to him, like, you did a good job, King LeBron, and act like he put a crown over his head. But blessed is the man that endures temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. So we gonna get the crown of life, that everlasting, crown. Yes, we are, which the Lord has promised to them that love him. And I love him. Don't you love him? Don't you love that both sides? Don't you love Yahweh Shai for doing what he do for us, what he did for us, and what he's gonna continue to do? Don't you love Yahweh, the King of terror? James 4:10. And don't you fear him too? Yes, I fear him. Yes, I fear him. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that friendship of the world is enemies with Yahweh? Whosoever therefore be a friend of the world is the enemy of Yahweh. So you ain't a servant of Yahweh if you friends with the world. Believe that. 1 Peter 4:9-10. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man has received a gift, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of Yahweh. So even though you minister in this word, teaching this word, even so ministers the same one to another. Don't just be like, I'm this, we got to give to one another this hospitality, loving each other, loving your brethren, because, we gonna spend a lot of time together, So we got to get on, might as well start it right now. Start the love and the caring for each other, right now. So We gonna give all praise and glory to Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Krakadash. Yes, yes, yes. And we gonna with that say Shalom, brothers.